Oh, master, the great I am that I am that created everything. I want to give thanks to all the ancestral spirits of creation, the archangels, the angels, the ancestors. I want to say to the primordial creator, thank you for another day of seeing the sun. Even though we got hit by the winter storm, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all of those that watch the channel. Thanks for all the subscribers. Just being there. Thanks for the times that many of us that shed tears, that just shed tears of joy, happiness, sadness, and being overwhelmed. I want to give thanks to you for always comforting us, all of us, all of your children. I want to give thanks to us being around for all of your children, being there just to show that there's always hope. And most of all, we just want to say we love and appreciate you. And we ask for your guidance, protection through all the hard times, through all the hardships that we go through. For many people that we do, the ones that watch, the ones that know. And we want to say we appreciate you. Ashe, Ashe, yeah, Bobo. All right. I don't like talking about too much about my personal life, but I'm gonna speak about it real quick. And then I'm gonna talk. I broke. I remember approximately 22, if not, no. Let's say 25 years. If no, let's just say 20. Let's say 19. Let's just say 19 years. I'll say 12. I'll say 18, 19 years ago. But then again, I'll say 23. 23 years ago. I broke a family curse of mine when I found out I was a father. Peace, how you doing? How you peace? When I found out I was a father when I was 22. My father was a phone dad, military guy. He was never there. When he came and saw me when I was 18, it was like we didn't really go out to hang out. He went to my graduation from 12th from high school. That was the first time I saw him. There was things that happened prior before after that my uncles told me. So my uncle said that, my father light skinned guy, green eyes, curly hair, waves and all of that. And my father was like, I don't know if that's he told his brothers, he don't look nothing like me. That's what I was told when I was 18. But then one of my other uncles kept on telling me, don't worry about it. All right. Fast forward, I found out I was a father at the age of 22. My uncle called me. One of my uncles called me and said, nephew. And I was like, yes, sir. Break the cycle. He said our dad, talking about my father and his dad, their dad, wasn't there for him. He was a deadbeat. And my uncle said, break the cycle. You break the cycle. The cycle need to be broken. I'm gonna tell y'all, that day when I saw my oldest child, I remember like it was yesterday. I was in a room and I saw they wasn't there. but I saw them in front of me, crying and asking for their father. So when I finally took the DNA test, found out I was my oldest child's father, I took most definitely stepped up to the plate, did everything that a father was supposed to do. Years later, I have two younger, and I'm there for them. I broke the cycle. Now it's time to break another cycle, and that's the generational wealth cycle. That's the next cycle that George Trudy want to break. I mean that. So, those that went through a lot, things in your family that you were born into, many of you know it or not, you are the ones, the black sheep, you are the ones that's going to be the cycle breakers in your family. And just know, sometimes it might feel rough, it might be a lonely place, but if I can do it, and many others, you can do it. Break the cycle. It don't even matter what color you are, what race you are, none of that shit. Break the cycle while you can. When you break those generational curses, you live to watch the next generation grow. And you can see your results. Don't let nobody try to stop you. Break them. Break them. Because we were born in these families for a reason, to change the cycle, to break the ongoing cycles. But I will say, in our community, we have a lot of generational curses that we have to break in our families. And there's another curse that we have to break, which is dealing with a lot of the things that our ancestors went through. And it's time for us to finally rise up and break them shackles as well. And I want to let the men know in my community, it's time to break that shit. Let them know that we are great fathers. You're the father of civilization. Every male species on this planet come from you. That Y chromosome. And for all the ladies in our community, every race came from you. Because you hold the mitochondrial DNA, the Eve gene. Break the curses now. Let's break all the shackles off our feet. And let's make our community better. I just wanted to say let's break the curses and stuff like that. It's time. But I want to let y'all know about one of the things that I broke for as my family curse. And now it's the next one. I'm very thankful that, 2 years ago, but I'm here. And I give all praises to the divine, to the primordial creator, for real. But I have a message for those that pray downfalls. Your life got to be the most miserable life if you pray for other people to fall. Especially those that are the true black sheep of their family. The real black sheeps go through every damn thing that you can think of that is like undeniably unbelievable life. They go through all kinds of crazy things that you would never even heard of, that you only could imagine in freaking movies. But I want to say peace to everybody that's watching, but you'll be surprised on the things that the real people that are the true black sheep of that family go through every day. Health ailments, everything, mental disorders they got going on, everything you can think of. Being harassed by family members, being looked down on by family members that they were born into. The same black sheep that's breaking generational curses go through more than what you ever would think. But I will say this, those same black sheep, they the ones that keep the family glued together. Exactly. That's right. And that's exactly what I did. I broke that the whole thing, brother. Like when I say my grandfather did not stay, I was not there for his sons and his daughters, and I seen how they interact with their children, how they interact with one another, and how it left that family broken. And when my uncle said, break the curse, yeah. And you're right about that. Breaking generational patterns means disappointing people who needed you to stay small. Choose your peace over their approval. That's right. So when I broke that curse, how many people got jealous of that and got upset? That's why I'm telling everybody, break yours. It's time for you to find your own path, your own peace in life. What makes you happy makes you happy. You don't listen. You live for self. If you have children, you live for yourself and them. We gotta make examples. We gotta be the prime examples now. Like that's where it's at. It's just something that just came on mind. Like let me just do this quick live about that. That's the only way. You know, we talk about so many things on this channel: spirituality, consciousness, all of that. Basically we've been talking about Tiamat a lot. We've been talking about the Kundalini a lot. But something just said do this one. Maybe it's somebody that need to hear that. I don't like making titles on a channel like that. Sometimes I would like to see if anybody could think about one in email, and I, you know, probably use that and then give you a shout out or something like this. It's things that I don't want nobody to be thinking that it's all about me because it's not. It's about you all. It's about you all. But I felt like somebody need to hear about generational curses and breaking them, and I wanted to be the one to talk about one of the ones I broke. It's just to give you little bit of a little bit of my just to share. Um, but after 2 years, I take life even more serious. Let me tell y'all, with you going through the state of consciousness or remembering or going to the state of being an independent thinker and start questioning everything, there's a lot of trials and errors that take place, and you come across a lot of different people in different walks of life. Sometimes you have to like prepare yourself mentally. No, not even sometimes. A lot of time you got to prepare yourself mentally, like honestly, because when you go through this process of going through an awakening, or some of us were already awakened at an early age, like probably when we were born. Some of us probably didn't realize that we had a connection to not just our higher self, but the creator of all. Some of us even had a connection to what you call spirit guides or angels, however you want to call it. Some of us were able to have psychic gifts and being able to read things and see things before they happen at a young age. Some of us were able to see spirits at a young age. But at the end of the day, you are always considered the fall guy or the person that they talk bad about. But you were the one that was born into these families to heal that family. No, they're not. You are that one. You the one out of all those family members that chose to be born in the family that you're in, and that's the outcast or the black sheep. That's what they call us. And that everybody that talk bad about you mimic you for a reason because you have that inner strength, that inner power, that aura, that aura that shines from within outwardly, that show how powerful you are, that people in family, people that even could be your enemy, that ridicule you, they not just despise it, they are intrigued by it because of the simple fact is you went through all these situations in life, but you're still standing 10 toes down, and you never try to look down on anybody. You always try to show divine love to everyone, and you always tried your best to keep a smile on your face, or you always did your best to bring peace to wherever you went. While those that did that ridicule and all that, all they could bring was misery, hatred, negativity, jealousy, envy, and they want to mimic you. The reason being, not just they're miserable. A lot of times we're born into these families where family members don't have a soul. Don't have a soul because why? Sometimes they've been programmed all their life, and whatever they got programmed in, it took over their mind, took over their body, took over their soul, took over their spirit, whatever you want to call it, and they're not the same. Or you've seen how they changed through the years because their spirit, their soul been compromised. Just know that this journey didn't come with a handbook. Just know that regardless, there's always going to be brighter days than the days that you go through that are negative. Keep your mind right and sharp and keep yourself in prayer. Prayer, meditate, have a quiet space that you go to and get your thoughts together. Do the shadow work. Face the things that you have to face that's within that many times that you fear the most. Also face that side of you that you need to face, which is that negative side, and use that as motivation to go through a transitional or transformational change within you so you can be a better version for yourself and also to project that energy to bring brighter days, brighter times, um, to bring the high vibrations to you because you are the co-creator of your own world. Some people say you're the creator. No, you are the co-creator of your own world. By the way of thinking, because you are what? Also, well, you also have that divine or that divinity within yourself. Know it or not. Even the ones that's negative have a piece of divinity in them because they have to have a balance. That negativity bring forth the balance, the yin and the yang. They have their own purpose. A lot of time, your enemies, think about the word. They are your inner me's. The inner me's that you're facing, which means the amount of shadow work you have to do. Because those enemies are mere reflections of the ego on how the ego feel about you. And that's why people want to mimic you because that's a part of the ego giving you a reflection of time how people try to act like you and be like you. That's just how the way it goes, and it's like that's what it is. You know, some of the mods on the channel of ours, we converse outside of here, and we talk about how people try to copy off of stuff off the channel that we have. Y'all know, I I hate saying, and I mean it. I hate saying my channel. That's why I always say this is ours because y'all make it. Y'all make this channel what it is. And I'm talking about the mods. I'm talking about the subscribers. Make it what it is because you're putting your time in watching someone talk, and also even show receipts about stuff. But once again, I'm not going to be the only one talking because eventually some of the mods going to start when they ready. Going to start talking on here. It's that time. People have to go into the truth that they know that is truth within themselves and bring it outwardly. This is the real temple. Your body's the real temple of God, not no building. Your higher self, that's the most high, which is the transmitter. The crown is the transmitter to the divine, which means you have a spark of the divinity in you too. If only people knew, and some people want to know why they're here. No, they're not. Many of us volunteered to come here to have this experience. And I know it sounds crazy and far fetched, but we decided to be born in the families that we're born into, which is crazy, right? But it's true because we needed to become the healers of our families. We are the ones that heard the call and were born into these families and have to come to the realization that we are the healers that came from the ancestral realm. Many people say the angelic realm or the heavenly realm. We came here to heal, not but the families that we're born in. And I know that's like what are you talking about? Like I'm telling you, at the end of it all, you, the black sheep, those that envy you and your family and mimic you, in actuality, is you. That's why they have the anger, frustration, so-called hatred, jealousy towards you. Because they can't withstand any of the pains, any of the shortcomings, any of the trials and errors that you go through because they can't take it. They're not built like that, like you are. They never were. That's why they envy you. That's why they try to show hatred towards you. Because you have something they lack. And it's not just heart. It's not just heart. It's determination. It's dedication to be a better version of yourself. They can throw all kinds of stones at you. But you know what? You keep on going. You keep on driving. You keep on being motivated to do what you came here to do to be a better version of yourself. You start changing your circle of friends and other people that's in your life. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you stand out. The thing about it is, when you go through breaking family curses and stuff like that, it keeps you, just like our beloved brother said, breaking generational patterns means disappointing people who needed you to stay small. Choose your peace over their approval. Enough said. It's about being a better version of yourself. Being true to self and stop living a lie. You're built different, mentally and spiritually. You always have been built different, mentally and spiritually. You've been that caterpillar in that cocoon all this time, and it's time for your metamorphosis. It's time for you to turn into that butterfly. It's your time. It always been your time. So don't let nobody tell you that it's not, because it is. This year that's coming, the real new year, which comes in the spring solstice, that's the real new year. That's when it's your time even more. Yeah, it's dealing with the new beginnings and all of that, but we're still in the year of the nine until the spring solstice. And you know what? The thing about it is, hold on, y'all. The thing about it is, the square root of 9 is 3. 3 people on here, 3 likes. Birth, they say the death and the resurrection. You've been through it all, beloved. You've been through it all. You've been through all that. You've been through the mental. You were born into the family, and you start seeing how the way everything was mentally. You went through a spiritual death at one point in time because people kept on throwing stones at you, family members, and also you was the black sheep. Now this is your time to finally resurrect and face your inner me. Do the shadow work. It's your time. Don't let nobody stop you. Keep in mind, when you say enemy, you're saying inner me. The inner me is what you're facing. Those family members, those so-called friends or whoever that was just hating on you, that is a mere reflection of the ego trying to stop you at the same time. Stop you from what? Reaching that full potential of who you really are or whom you really are. Make that change for yourself. So on that note, I want to say thank you for watching. Love, peace, light, darkness, supreme balance. It is the little big brother Nigga Dezo, also known as Green Light Cosmic Angel Fire. I'm gonna say it again: peace, love, light, darkness, supreme balance, which is the yin and yang. And y'all take care. Hope you enjoyed the message. Spread it if you want. And just say that. Let's go ahead and stay focused. I love y'all. Take care.